What's good, collective? How is everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, y'all. So, thank you again for tapping in with me. Okay, I have some energies out here, and I've been sitting here trying to figure out what's going on with this. I see it kind of taking place two different ways. So I'm going to just kind of piggyback off of both of those storylines. And then as we continue to clarify, I'm sure that one will become more prominent over the other one. Okay. Now, what I have here is self criticism. Okay. This could be a shadowy type reading. It says, I engage in harsh self criticism, constantly berating myself for perceived shortcomings. I struggle to be kind and understanding to myself. All right. Then we have externalization of blame. Now, when I first got these cards, I was like, okay, well, that's a polarity because self criticism is an internalization of blame, but then there's this externalization of blame that's showing up. I blame external factors like fate or luck for my problems. I avoid taking personal responsibility for my actions. Now, this is either within in the on inwardly someone in the collective, you may be, you know, overly critical of yourself inwardly. And externally, in your outside reality, you're showing up as a blame shifter, like you're blaming fate or luck or just, bad things are happening to you. You don't really know why. You're not really trying to figure out why. You're not taking responsibility for why things are happening the way they are. If that is taking place inside of one person, then that's definitely some deep trauma that needs to be evaluated, because those are two total. It's like privately and secretly you're criticizing yourself for things going wrong, but then when it's time to take outward responsibility, you're putting it on something else outside of you, right? However, I'm also picking up that someone is in a highly toxic, highly narcissistic relationship with someone who has deep narcissistic traits. And this energy around you, you being blamed for everything by someone else, is causing you to be in this inner, overly critical energy. We also have jumping to conclusions. Okay. I make assumptions about people, situations, and events without having all the facts. I jump to the wrong conclusions. We're going to look at this because I'm really kind of leaning towards that there could be someone in your close proximity, someone you're in a connection with that is not a healthy. It is not a healthy connection. Okay, so I'm going to try to isolate to see what is going on, and take it how it reverberates. Remember that we are only reading energy, and energy can change at the drop of a dime. Apply it as you need to, and if it does not reverberate, cool with me. All right. All right, spirit, let's get into this a little bit. Give me the collective's energy here. Give me the collective's energy. What is this self-criticism? Where is this self-criticism coming from? What is this? What is this? What is this? Self-criticism? Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. Okay, tell me more. Shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. Trapped. Okay. Trapped, stuck, tied down, captive. Someone is stuck in a holding pattern, is what I just heard. you're holding yourself to some sort of perfectionism, or the idea of perfectionism, or you're having an energy projected towards you that you are internalizing, and it is creating some sort of a trap for you in your inner world. It's creating turmoil. You could be coming to the awakening of some external energy outside of you that is creating this blame game within you, or there is a need to awaken to the trap, the holding pattern, the karmic pattern of overly criticizing yourself when trouble shows up, or when something doesn't go the way you expected it to. You're tying yourself down with self criticism, you're holding yourself captive with this self criticism. Tell me more about this external blame. Where is this coming from? Where is this external blame coming from? Is this someone in the collective's energy, or is this how the collective is showing up to secure yourself? Because see, sometimes we have a whole lot of stuff going on up in here, right? And it don't feel good. Okay. And so what we do is we try to show up in our reality, show up to other people, totally opposite, right, to how we really feel on the inside, because we're trying to pacify, you know, justify what we feel on the inside about ourselves. And so it's almost like running your own block. So people can't see that you're overly critical. People can't see that you do feel trapped in this self-criticism energy, this holding pattern within. So this could definitely be the way someone in the collective is showing up, because you are overly critical. So you're shifting the blame when things go wrong. And that allows you to, maybe experience, at least in the moment, you get to escape the criticism in the moment by putting the blame on something outside of you, or someone else outside of you, okay? Or both. Where's this externalization of blame? What is this? This could also be someone in your energy, okay? Let's see. 10 of coins. 10 of coins. This could be something you've dealt with as from a family dynamic. Maybe you took a lot of blame for something in your family. 8 of wands. This is coming from family. This is coming outside of you. This is coming outside of you. Now, either this is past childhood, right? Energy that was communicated, things that were said to you from family as a child, and now as an adult, it is showing up in you as self-criticism. Or this is taking place right now. Okay, let's see. I have the Ace of Coins on the bottom of the deck. The World. Okay, is this past? Is this inner child trauma? Or is this currently happening? It could be both, right? It could be both. We have the 5 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Coins. Hostility, defeat, conflict, self-sacrificing, plot twist, abusive. Not by the rules. An uncluttered life. I feel like this is taking place right now. I feel like this is an abusive situation that you need to reevaluate. This could be family, biological, or family that you've created with somebody. There may be some individuals or an individual you need to get rid of, because I see here less is more. There could be some people, some family dynamics that you need to sit over there. Okay, wherever over there is at, I'm over here. They need to go over there. Okay, this could also be the idea of who you are that you have received from family. That idea needs to be sat over there. I'm over here. The idea that they have projected upon me is over there. I don't need it anymore, because it's creating this criticism here. It's creating this holding pattern. Past, present, or future energies, you could already be coming into the realization of this situation, that someone is trying to tie you down, someone is trying to have you stuck in your energy. They're trying to blame you for something. Clarify, jump into conclusions. Come here. We have the Five of Wands. Competition, arguing, chaos, misunderstandings, opposition, temper, loss of opportunity. Okay. I feel like this is external. This external blame is something that someone in the collective has had projected upon them, either in your childhood or in your current reality, and it could be both, because family tends to hold you to the idea that they've always had of you, even if you've changed, right? So they could still be showing up blaming you for things going wrong, okay? Um and I feel deeply that this could be inner child. There's like in your past, in your childhood, you got blamed for a lot of things that you ain't had nothing to do with. Not nothing, okay? But you've internalized it. Or someone was just very harsh and very hard on you and communicated towards you very harshly. And you've integrated that harsh communication. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Okay. In the collective, if this message reverberates with you, in your childhood, someone was very harsh in the way they spoke to you. Okay. It doesn't matter whether they were blaming you for something or not. They showed up to you in your life as a child and spoke to you as if you were to blame for things going wrong, things not being right. This could also be just the way your family is. Like y'all speak harshly to each other. The issue is that as an adult, you have internalized this communication. So now you are speaking harshly to yourself. And that is causing you to miss opportunities, that is causing you to fumble situations that are good for you, that is causing you to jump to the wrong conclusions about your capabilities, your abilities, whether you should, whether you shouldn't, whether you should go left, whether you should go right. Can you do it? Will you do it? It's like you're fine picking away at the magic that is you, because you have been taught to do that. Okay. Give me more on the Five of Wands and the jumping to conclusions. The Hangman. A new perspective needs to be had, an aha moment, an awakening, a surrender, right? Um, we got epiphanies here. So you're having these epiphanies. You're having these epiphanies. It's like, this is what the issue is. I was taught how to to not be kind to myself because someone or someone's, when I was in my innocence, was not kind to me. So you're having to unlearn this, or you're being asked to allow a new perspective to come in about who you are. The Moon, clarity, releasing, fear and anxiety, hearing and trusting your intuition unveiled. I like it. I like it because this is the call, or this is someone having already answered the call to do this healing work. We have the Three of Coins. This is about collaborations, okay? There are some collaborations, there are some partnerships, and some good energies around you coming towards you. If we don't put to bed this overly critical self, if we don't heal this, Spirit is saying there are opportunities that you are going to miss, or you are realizing you have missed, because there's a need to trust your intuition. But the self-criticism is robbing you out of the trusting the intuition, and subsequently robbing you out of the opportunities that are being presented to you, or are going to be presented to you. Okay. So we nailed it down. Cool, 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 cool. Now, let's expand the reading, Spirit. What do we need to know here? We're going to look at some hard truths, because, again, hard truths bring in awakenings. Okay? Hard truths bring in healing. Getting honest with yourself. Tell us more. What is the hard truths that the collective needs to see here as they are on this healing this aspect? Okay? I saw obligation and it was in the reverse. I heard Spirit say you're not obligated to something or someone. You're not obligated to anyone other than yourself. Judgment. You are trapped in a cycle of criticism towards yourself and others, blocking the growth that comes from compassion. Release the need to judge and find freedom in loving your authentic self. You got to release this judgment of yourself, okay? Because something that you're judging yourself as is really not aligned with who you are. It's really not aligned with who you are. Tell me more. Unspoken truth. There are truths that need to be addressed and can no longer be avoided. Bring these to light to clear the path forward. If you are still currently dealing with family telling you how you need to be, or even if you are still internalizing a certain fear of being judged by your family for showing up as yourself, you gotta release that. You gotta unclutter your mind with the opinions of your family. Because it's abusive, and it's self abusive to not allow yourself to speak your truth, to live in your truth, because you're still holding on to this energy that was placed inside of you as a child. Now you are an adult, but that inner child is still concerned about what are they going to say? How are they going to feel? What are they going to like? They may say whatever they're going to say, but does it really matter when this has to do with your truth? There are truths about you that you are hiding, and it can no longer be avoided. The Spirit is asking you to no longer avoid embracing your truth because you're worried about being judged or being criticized And not only worried about it, but you're allowing yourself to criticize yourself, to judge yourself. Tell us more. Shame. Mm-hmm. Shame. Shame wraps you in a cloak of lonely silence, convincing you that your flaws define you. Expose the shame to light. Only then can you only then can you begin to heal and alter the course of your destiny. You got to accept something about yourself. It's time to accept something about yourself. Not only accept it, but embrace it. Because I'm feeling like this is something about you that for anybody to judge you about this aspect of you says more about them and their emotional, mental, and spiritual underdevelopmentalness or immaturity. It says more about their uh, lack of growth. It says for them not to, embrace you is one thing, but for you not to embrace you is a whole nother thing, right? They don't have to embrace you. They don't have to. It's cool if they do, but it's okay if they don't because there's no obligation, right? For someone else outside of you to embrace you. The obligation of the embrace is you embracing yourself. It becomes a very light thing when people don't accept who you are in the face of you accepting who you are. When you accept who you are, when you love who you are, when you see the beauty in who you are, everybody else's opinion can go to hell with them since that's where they want to go. Okay. Since that's where they want to stay. Okay. Right? Because the love that you give yourself, I mean, their acceptance of you pales in comparison. But for you to allow yourself to not be who you are, for you to pick yourself apart, to internalize these external blames and internalize them in a way that keeps you from seeing all of your aspects as beautiful, all of your aspects as necessary, even the aspects of you like this overly criticism becomes beautiful if you allow yourself to shed it, right? Because it's showing up in your spirit mirror for a reason. You're hiding something because of shame. And it ain't nothing to be shamed about, is what I heard Spirit say. And fear. Challenges. You're being pushed to repeat patterns for the sake of expansion. Reflect on past lessons and integrate by making better choices each day. Know better, do better. It may be challenging. You may be faced with challenges in showing up as yourself. They may challenge you. Someone outside of you may challenge you. But again, when you know that you are embracing and working on loving yourself better and releasing guilt, releasing shame, releasing fear in the face of who challenges you, it's like y'all know that meme with the little girl where she go that's what I mean, like which is one of my favorite memes, by the way. Like you don't like the fact that I am this. You don't like the fact that I'm showing up this way. Well, funny thing is that is exactly what I love about me. So now who am I going to be listening to? Who am I going to listen to? Am I going to listen to the love I have for myself or the hatred that you have for me? Am I going to make my choice of my life based on the embrace I have of the beautiful elements that make me me? Or am I going to listen to you, judge me, criticize me? All of that. Am I going to let that be what I structure my life around? Hell no. To the no, no, no. No. Can't do that. Fear of your power. Power has been quietly developing inside of you, waiting to be claimed, but fear is stopping you. It's time to own your strength and unleash your magic. You got to let yourself flourish and blossom. Who this message is reverberating for. It's time for you to let yourself blossom. Lack of accountability, blaming external. See, this is somebody else energy. They're projecting this towards you. This is outside of you. Blaming external factors or other people for your problems is preventing you from taking constructive actions on your role to begin resolving the dilemma. This is a conditioning, is what I'm hearing spirit say. It's a conditioning. The people or the person in your life who spoke to you harshly as a child, who may even speak to you harshly now, wherever that energy showed up for you, that person was lacking accountability, and so they projected their insecurities, their failures onto you. Now you are doing the same thing. You are internalizing that communication, okay? And now it is time for you to see that you can release that communication to where it belongs, to the person that it belongs to. It's not yours. It's not yours. Someone showed up in your life or is in your life right now, and they still lack accountability, or they lacked it back then. And you are internalizing their lack of accountability as if it is your own, and it is not yours. Now, what you have to do to end this cycle is own the role you are playing right now in your life. Right now, you are playing the role of this bully, of these bullies in your family. You're playing that role by communicating that way within to yourself, within yourself. They may be transitioned for all I know. But now you're picking up where they left off, and you're playing that role of the bully towards yourself. Now you got to own that. I'm bullying myself. If you own it, you can begin to resolve the dilemma of being overly critical. So I can't make it up. Social conditioning. I just said conditioning. You've been conditioned to do this to yourself now. Give that communication back to whoever gave it to you. Now take on the role of being your friend, being your lover, being your confidant, right? Being the one that embraces you. Take on the role of being the mother or the father or whatever it is you needed for your inner child. Give your inner child that, all right? Because now you are an adult and you can take accountability for yourself. Okay? Tell us more, spirit. I feel very heavily that there's something about you. There are many things about you, very powerful, but you're hiding it. You gotta trust your intuition here. Okay? You gotta trust your intuition. Grow into trusting your intuition by silencing all of them negative voices. Cause half of that communication going on in somebody's head, that ain't even yours. That's not even your voice. That's the voice of your uncle who said negative things to you. That's the voice of your auntie who said something negative to you. That's the voice of your mama or your daddy or your sister, your brother, your cousins, whoever it was that treated you. the way they treated you. That's their voices. Silence that. Silence it. Mute it. Find your voice in the midst of all of that chaos. Find your voice. I rarely use this card deck, so we're going to see. Impossible things. Working through disbelief. Imaginative leaps. Fresh perspective. Get a fresh perspective that there is nothing that is impossible to you. There is nothing that you can or cannot do. You can be exactly who you are. You don't have to be ashamed of any aspect of who you are. You're robbing yourself and the rest of the world of your beauty by doing that. Now, if other folks around you don't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, that's their business. They don't want to allow their beauty to come shining through. So they just want to be bitter Bettys and mad Bobbies all their life. Let them do that. Forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. Yeah. This forget who you are. I feel like this is the you somebody else told you was. You gotta forget that person. Cause that ain't. That's their version of you. Okay? Forget who you are. This conditioning. The conditioned you. But the real you. Forget the conditioned you. And tap into the real you. Live authentically in your truth. Because that's where your uniqueness it comes through. Follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Yeah. Follow the curiosity of what is possible to you because all things are possible to you. You're curious about something, but I feel like you're also maybe possibly struggling or being challenged with the energy of shame around that curiosity. But here we have Spirit saying, follow the curiosity. It was going to bring you to an opportunity of some sort. Law is not justice. Rules that are not fair is going to lead you to the opportunity to bring balance, to bring justice to yourself, to your heart, to your mind, to your life. Okay? Some rules or something has been placed on you. Some rules are meant to be broken. That's what I heard. Keeping up, immense effort, advance. It's time. It's time. Listen, it's time for you to sit on your own throne. I want to be a queen because you are, right? Stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. It's time for you to pass this test. It's time for you to get this lesson. You came here, you incarnated, you reincarnated for this lesson. The lesson of learning how to be authentically me in every realm, dimension, place, and space that I project myself into. Okay? That the soul projects me into. But in this 3D reality, this is the lesson. To learn to be authentically myself, to release shame, guilt, hell, sin, the grave, death, righteousness, unrighteous. I don't know why I went there. But that thing there, you going to hell, you going to heaven, this you gonna do that, you can't do that, you gotta do that. Like, Take it how it reverberates. It may not apply. There may be a religious element to somebody's family dynamic. You may have been raised in a certain religion that has strict rules. Rules. Like strict rules. The law is not justice. The law brings sin. There is no sin where there is no law. So if you want to live freely, that concept, gotta release it. Gotta let that go. There is no sin where there is no law. And law doesn't bring justice. Okay? You're a divine being. Rules that are not fair. Law is rules that are not fair. Hmm. Anything else? Let me get your affirmation of alchemy of awareness. Trust the divine in the face of letting go, in the face of having or feeling the need to let go of certain conventional, traditional, religious ways of looking at your existence. In the face of that, you have to trust the spirit. Trust the spirit. Trust the divine. Give us some affirmation, spirit. Thank you kindly. Claim the cascade. The universe doesn't whisper in scarcity, it speaks in overflow. What is meant for you will arrive in abundance, not as a trickle in fragmented rations, but as a grace filled flood. Be inspired to dream bigger, never bending, shrinking, or settling. Hold your worth and let what's truly yours flow home to you. Distant devotion. You don't have to be everywhere to prove your love, and sometimes the highest choice is absence. Choosing yourself isn't selfish, even if others don't understand. You are not here to confront or to contort for comfort or perform closeness to make others feel at ease. Let your energy ripple from the quiet places where no one can see you, but everyone feels you. You are allowed to love from afar. Mhm. There may be a need for you to move away from some people. Okay. Doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that going forward, they may not be allowed or be good for your forward movement, your forward journey. All right. You may have to love them from a distance. Common courtesy. Have you believed politeness means pleasing? even though true grace could never betray self. Mm. It's time to rewrite the rules. You don't owe a smile, hug, handshake, or explanation. Kindness does not mean compliance, and respect should never invade your boundaries. Your body is sovereign. Choose yourself in small, quiet acts of resistance. Practice no as self love as you choose yourself more each day. Okay? Distant devotion. All right, collective. This has been the reading. I hope something was said to bring you confirmation, clarity, empowerment, and strengthened you. Okay, leave me a comment. Let me know how it reverberated for you. Make sure you shoot that like, that thumbs up, share it. Okay, hype it up, get it out into the algorithm for someone else who may also need to hear it. For your support, I greatly appreciate. Okay, I show my appreciation for all of your well wishes, for all of your comments, your support, and the time you spend tapping in with me here. If you are not a subscriber, please take a moment to subscribe. Join the tribe. Would love to have you. You know what I'm saying? Come on over here and vibe with us a little bit. Good energy all around for everybody. All right. Um, if you need a personal reading, information is in the description. Okay, you can click the link. It'll take you to my website where you can book, and I will get that done for you. If you haven't taken time to tap into the Zodiac weekly readings that were put up yesterday, I believe, either yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. Tap into those. All right. Sun, moon, Venus, rising signs, or any sign that you want to check out in your chart. All right. All right, fam. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.